are here with Ambassador Eitan Levon, and he is the new Consul General to the Southwest, which means he has the states of, actually, I will let him tell us what your position is and what it entails.
So thank you, Princella. We are here. I came only 2-3 weeks ago to the Southwest, and we cover here in the consulate, we cover many areas of cooperation. I see ourselves as the mediators between the people of Israel and the people of Arkansas. And we do it in several fields. We have an academic officer, we have a person for culture, we have people that do also press and political affairs. And me as a general consul here in the Southwest, I'm like a conductor in a way, make sure that that we have a harmony in all our activities here. And the main goal of ours is to bring together and closer the people of Israel and the people of Arkansas. And this is our main goal.
Very good. And I like that goal. And I just want to point out that you also have Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. And
right.
Arkansas got the first interview. So we're the favorites, right? Like,
yes.
Immediately.
I mean, actually.
We're just kidding.
I've been here only 2-3 weeks, as I said. And the first visit outside of Houston, my base town,
is to Arkansas. No, actually,
so
we are very grateful that you took time to do this.
My pleasure.
And so Arkansas loves Israel. We're very friendly to Israel. We have some companies in southern Arkansas that actually help make parts for the Iron Dome. And so you have a lot of partnerships with Arkansas and Israel. So very good. And so we want to know a little bit more about you. Can you talk about your previous positions and why, those things that led you to be qualified for this?
Right. So actually, the most of my diplomatic career, I was in Europe. And what was interesting in all my posts in Vienna, in Prague, in Geneva, was that always in any place, the best friends we had almost were the Americans. My children went to the American International School in Vienna. My child was in the Boy Scouts of America, and we were very proud of this. So we had so many good American friends, and we worked very closely with the American embassies. We have excellent relations with the American ambassadors over there. So always we felt so close to the United States. So, and then of course, being in Israel and serving in the research department of our ministry, and I was in charge also of the relations between Europe and the United States, the transatlantic relations. I was in the United States many times, in Washington, in New York, working with government officials. So I got to know more and more about the American foreign relations. So, this led me actually to wish very much to be once on the grounds. And here in the United States, and especially here in the Southwest, I think this is the best place to be in order to practice what I've learned all through my diplomatic career, and to do it here in a place which is, the spirit of the entrepreneurship and the spirit here of the Southwest. This is very important for me.
So you mentioned the spirit of entrepreneurship. I'm glad you kind of, because I'm going to take a little pivot here and ask you about the tourism industry for Israel and Arkansas. We actually have a lot of tourists come here too, because they love the natural resources we have here. And of course, we've had a president come from Arkansas as well. So Israel really kind of thrives on tourism, right? You have a lot of people come. Can you give us a brief, just kind of encouragement for people to visit Israel and why that's good?
Well, Israel is a very diverse country. You have a desert and you have green areas, and all in very small place, because we are a small country. But even though the diversity leads us to have places like Jerusalem from one side and Tel Aviv from the other side, very different. And then we have the north part of Israel, in which you have many sites which are very important for Christians, like Nadarat, the Sea of Galilee, etc. You have so many sites in Jerusalem, and then you can come to Tel Aviv and to be in more, let's say, modern atmosphere. So you have modernity and antiquity all together, a lot of fantastic archaeological and historic sites. Actually, you know, the birth of Christianity and Judaism is the land of Israel. So I think that you have so many diverse things and excellent places to be in Israel. So I really invite everybody to come and visit us, because I think it's a great experience.
Awesome. And then you mentioned Christianity, and of course this is a Christian television show, and yes, Israel is the birthplace of our religion, and we consider Judaism the mother of our religion. And so to that end, can you tell us more about the Christian outreach in your office? Can you talk to us a little bit about the Christians who live in Israel? Just kind of maybe expound on that a little bit.
Well, for us, it is a very, very important subject. We relate to its importance because we have so many good friends here in the Southwest, Christians. We have so many good friends, and we reach our hands to them, and they help us so much. In Israel itself, we have an excellent coexistence between Jews, Christians, and Muslims. I lived in Haifa, for example. My hometown is Haifa, and we have there a big community of Christian Arabs. I have many good friends from childhood who will go with me all the way, and when I visit Haifa, I visit them also very much, because they are friends forever, and those are Christian Arabs. And they live in Israel in a very good situation. You know, we are in the Middle East, and you know that Christians in other places today in the Middle East suffer very much. Israel is a safe haven for Christians, also for Muslims who feel much better here than in our place than in other places in the Middle East. And of course, Israelis and Jews, and we are all trying to live together, and this is very important for us, the interfaith connection. So we reach out here also in the Southwest to everybody, and we have so many Christian friends. Our embassy actually is half of them are Christians, half of them are Israelis, and we work together in a harmony, which is an excellent thing, and I really, really appreciate it here in the Southwest.
We love that answer, because we want to continue to foster, you know, a great relationship between Christians and Jews. And of course, I think you're probably aware that the largest, you know, American, I guess, based per se, organization that is pro-Israel is actually Christians United for Israel. That's actually the largest organized organization. Yes, that is pro-Israel. So I'm very glad to hear that your office wants to continue those relations. Okay, so we're going to pivot a little bit toward policy. And so first, if you want to give, you sort of already answered this, but do you want to give a general statement on the relations between the United States and Israel? Like, what is your perspective, and what are some things that you want to do to improve or maintain the relations?
I think the relations are very important and very good, and are unbreakable, because we have actually we share the same values, and actually maybe Israel is the only country in the Middle East that shares the same values as America, especially democracy. And we kept democratic values all the time, even when we had rough times. We did not divert from it, and we have kept those values. And of course, freedom and human rights. These are things that are common to both our nations. And in that way, we feel that our friendship is so deep, and it has a history. And we have also all our friends in the United States. And you have friends in Israel, because we love the United States in Israel, and we always stand for the United States, unlike some of the countries in the Middle East, as you know. So we really feel great. We feel here at home.
Awesome. And I agree. And I think it's important that the United States remembers that, you know, Israel is our haven of democracy in the Middle East, and that we always have to maintain great relationships. And so, you know, as you were told, I lived there for a while and went to school there, and I can say that, you know, as a female and as somebody who was, you know, clearly not indigenous to Israel, it was good to know that I could go to a foreign country in the Middle East and be treated so well and have such a great time. And so the diversity there, it does sort of mirror the diversity in the United States in that context. So it is like an oasis in the desert, per se.
When I take road trips with Mom and Dad, we play license plate games. Our favorite game is spotting true life plates. Those are special to me because I'm adopted. Money from Arkansas True Life Plates promotes adoption, and it helps mommies in hard times make the right choices. Please buy a True Life Plate at a local revenue office. Show you care. Choose life today.
Hey everybody, it's your friend Princella Smith, and many of you know that I am an ambassador for an organization called Save a Child's Heart. Save a Child's Heart is located in Holon, Israel, and I love this organization because it's a group of people who have gotten together and decided that they want to, in Israel, bless the other nations. How do they do that? Well, there are children who are unfortunately born with holes in their hearts or heart defects. In these other countries, many of these mothers and these parents cannot afford for their children's heart defects to be healed. So what they do at Save a Child's Heart is there's a team of doctors who provide free open heart surgeries for these children. It is a beautiful thing, and children from all over the Middle East and Asia and other underdeveloped areas are serviced at this hospital in Holon, Israel, at the Wolfson Medical Center in Holon. They house them, they house their mothers, they feed them. It's a great place. I've spent a lot of personal time there, and so my project for this year is called 100 for 100. I am asking for 100 individuals or organizations. This includes churches, corporations, anybody who wants to give $100 to give it. Now, how did I do that math? Well, one surgery is $10,000, and so 100 people or entities giving $100 will cover the cost of one surgery. And so that's my project for 2015. I hope that you join me. And when you do, a few things are gonna happen. One, the contribution is tax deductible. Two, you are gonna hear personally from me. And three, we're gonna feature your name or your organization on a plaque in the Save a Child's Heart organization house in Israel, and they will know that you were a part of the 2015 100 for 100 movement. So won't you join us? Won't you join us? Won't you call someone that you know and you do it yourself? Put your name on that 100 for 100 contribution plaque there, and I hope to see you there, and I hope to be talking to you soon. Thanks. So, okay, another more policy-based question. So Iran, right? And there's 50 different ways we can go with this, but let's talk about this Iran nuclear deal, because there will be a vote. I guess it's scheduled for September 17th. We have to see somewhere in the month of September. This vote is coming. Let's talk about the deficiencies of this deal. Let's talk about for example, the areas of inspection, there's deficiency there. But then at the same time, we're going to have to do something about conflict resolution, something about the sanctions, the arms and ballistic missiles. I mean, I've got just a list here that I'll spare that, and I'll just let you answer that. How do you feel about this deal?
Well, about this deal, I was serving in Switzerland, so I know quite a lot about Swiss cheese. And this agreement sometimes looks like Swiss cheese. I mean, you have so many loopholes in this agreement. The intention was for sure excellent, but the result is that this deal is really not sufficient because they have so many things which are not totally closed. For example, you have these 24 days of the inspections. I mean, 24 days in which the Iranians can hide whatever they want to hide. Actually, though, 24 days are not 24, are much more, because there are 24 days only after you submit some kind of a request from Iran to visit their sites, and they have to answer you, so they can withhold their answer for a month or 2 months. I mean, they can do a lot of things. And the question, which I don't really hear from anybody else, is why should they have those 24 days? If they are so innocent, if they are not trying to trick us like they did and lied all over in the last 10, 20 years about their nuclear program, why should they have even 24 days? Why do they have even 24 hours? They don't need it. They can say immediately, please check, we don't have anything to hide.
Right.
If you have anything to hide, you make some kind of negotiation about 24 days, etc. And you have many loopholes like this in the agreement, not only this. And in any case, in 10 years, the Iranians will have the possibility to put on or to install more centrifuges. And in 15 years, they'll be able to actually have stockpiles of nuclear material. So, you know, my daughter is today 13 years old.
Well, happy birthday to her.
Thank you very much.
That's a big
Thank
one.
you. Yeah. In August she is.
So now, wait, bar mitzvah, was that 12 or?
Well, at 12 she
at
has
12,
what
okay.
should they say, bat mitzvah
Bat
for a
mitzvah,
girl.
I'm sorry, bat is the girl. That's right.
So I don't want her, let's say in 10 years from now, in the age of 23, to stand in front of Iran with a nuclear bomb, because this is a threat.
Wow.
The Iranians did not relinquish their wish to wipe out Israel. They still have this policy, which is a formal policy of theirs. So that's how we have to see it. That's why we are so worried about it.
I agree with you on the 24 days. That's what I didn't really understand. I don't know why Americans had to give on that to get whatever it is that we thought we got. I'm still not even sure how this benefits anyone.
Look, this agreement was done
But
between
them.
the P5+1, you know, and with the IAEA support. So there is also something like that the Iranians can sample their own, give their own samples to the IAEA in Vienna, in the site of Fortune, which means that they actually control or inspect themselves in a way. How can you believe this? Or there is some kind of a consensus mechanism that all parties should agree. Do you think that the Iranians will vote against themselves? I mean, there are so many things that are so unclear, and for us, it's a matter of life and death, because
yes, it is.
For us, it's very, very important, and you must understand our worries. We have big worries about it, and we share it with our friends here in the United States, for sure.
We agree, and even you have some members, as you know, in the United States, well, in Israel you have several political parties. In the United States, we mainly have two political parties that are in power, Republicans and Democrats. And so you now even have major members of the Democrat Party here, including Senator Chuck Schumer, who's a large, loud voice. He's a member of the Jewish community, and he has come out against the deal as it stands right now. And so I really would hope that President Obama would listen to even members of his own party who are telling them this is just not a feasible policy. But so we definitely appreciate your thoughts on that. And then, you know what, let's talk a little bit about the Israel and Arkansas economic ties. Do we want to speak about this some? Or?
Yes, it's okay. I mean, we have ties with Arkansas. I think that in 2014, Arkansas exported to Israel something like goods in the worth of $34 million.
Wow.
And in the last, let's say, 16, 17 years, we had an export from Arkansas. It was something, let's say, close to $500 million. So we want to improve those numbers even more. And that's why I came here also to meet your governor and senators and Congress
And
people.
you're fortunate because Governor Hutchinson, who just recently got in office himself, he is very, very versed on international affairs. At one point, he was a deputy figure in Homeland Security, and he has a lot of international experience. And so it's actually the timing of you two ascending into your offices is perfect.
This is
and then
great for
even,
us.
I wanted to point out to our audience that in 1978, the United States and Israel actually created the Binational Agricultural Research entity. It's a fund, development fund. And so Arkansas actually received a lot out of that as well. And I love learning about agriculture in Israel because the desert really does bloom.
Yeah.
One of my
That's true.
favorite things, Ambassador, in Israel was I would go to people's homes in Beit Shemesh, and there would be actual lemon trees in their front yard.
Yeah.
I don't know any place where this is. These people in their own homes, there were lemon trees, and lemons as big as both my hands put together.
Amazing.
It's truly God's country, right? The fruit is that big.
It's amazing. And you know, this is partly, we have, you know, water is a very scarce resource
Yes.
in many places in the world, especially in the Middle East. So we have developed, and we are leading in a way, the field of irrigation
Yes.
and desalination of water in order to have very great ways to irrigate the country and to make the country from a desert to a green place. And that's what you've witnessed.
The drip irrigation technology is absolutely brilliant. I would walk to school and I would see the tubing
Yes.
on the way, and so
Right.
I'd see these beautiful,
You have it
naturally
everywhere.
blooming, just flowers and stuff everywhere, and because of the brilliance of these Israeli farmers. So we know you have to go because you actually have to go see our governor right after this interview, and we appreciate you for giving Arkansas the first interview, and we have something for you. We have something very Arkansan for you. Okay, it's like super Arkansan.
Really?
Do you see what that bag says?
Yeah, of course.
Walmart.
Walmart.
Our biggest retailer in the world. We have an Arkansas cap for you,
Wow.
and it still I think we left the Walmart
is-
tag on this Arkansas
Wow.
shirt.
That's great, because tomorrow we are going to meet the Walmart people.
Oh, you are
Yeah.
You can tell them that Princella
Thank
Smith
you.
already, and we have
I really do. Thank you.
okay. I'm gonna let you see what that is.
Thank you so much for the
You
nice
can-
gift.
You can decorate your desk with this.
Yeah, of course I will. Certainly I will. I can assure you this.
Your
Wow.
All right, so this is a replica
Yeah.
of a diamond, which we're known for having hidden all over the place here in Arkansas.
Really? In
Yes,
Arkansas?
in Arkansas, definitely.
Wow.
We got to take you down to where we mine for diamonds, so that can be on your desk.
Amazing.
I'm
And
sorry
it
that
will
it's not like a real one. I don't have that much
okay.
money, sir. I don't have- but that's a replica of.
But this replica will be on my table, I
It
can
can be
assure
on your
you.
desk. Okay.
Wow, thank you so much for
So-
this. I really appreciate
All
it.
right. Did you get to look at your shirt? Oh, I did.
Yeah, of
Go
course
ahead
I
and,
will. I wish very much to see it.
There's the Arkansas flag, and it says
Wow.
"awesome."
Awesome.
Awesome. Just
Arkansas
like
is awesome. Okay.
Arkansas is awesome, just like our new ambassador.
Wow, great.
So
Thank you so much.
We thank you very much, sir.
I
Thank
really
for your
thank
time.
you for everything.
Yes, sir. Great interview. Thank you. I want to introduce Israel supporters to a new concept. As you know, the unique challenge that Israel faces is the rise of anti-Semitism and anti-Israel propaganda. Bridge to Zion is a direct response to the boycott, divestment, sanction groundswell, also known as the anti-Israel BDS movement. This BDS movement has the primary purpose of discouraging the purchase of Israeli products to destroy the Israeli economy and ultimately sabotage the entire country. It's responsible for an estimated $1.4 billion annual loss to Israel's economy, and we're not only talking about large corporations. This is affecting everyday people who are just trying to live, work, and raise a family. There needs to be a neutral ground where pro-Israel people of all nations are mobilized to sow back into Israel, not just in word, but in deed. We need a place where we can unite and replenish what Israel has lost, and Bridge to Zion is that place. Bridge to Zion is a crowdfunding website for projects that either directly or indirectly benefit Israel. This is where Israel supporters can fight back against the BDS movement by contributing into these projects. Already we are supporting children in need, Holocaust survivors, and the expansion of Israel's agricultural industry. You have the desire, you have the humanitarian heart, you want to help, and you say, well gosh, how can I do that? Bridge to Zion is a platform for you to be able to fulfill your call and your purposes in regards to Israel. This is a channel through which anyone in the world who supports Israel can gather together, take action, and financially support the projects and people they believe in. We envision thousands of projects on this site, different categories, different organizations, different people. All of these groups come together right here and collaborate as a Bridge to Zion. We need to be in a season where we're building bridges instead of breaking them down.
We cannot forget the human element at the heart of this issue. This isn't about abstract concepts. This is about babies.
Whatever you do, you're going to be great.